Hey, this is Katie with Wildflower Homeschool. And if you are considering homeschooling but are afraid that you might be too busy, then I really encourage you to watch this video. I am a single parent, I'm a working parent, and I'm also in school. And this past year was our first year homeschooling. And when I first began, I was really afraid that I might not have the time to homeschool because I am very busy. However, we did it and we did it successfully, and it was actually better than our public school experience. So I wanted to share with you what our experience was like this past year and some of the things that I have discovered that helped us homeschool even with our busy schedule. One of the most difficult things is trying to figure out how to manage everything that you have to do. You have to keep up with your household, you have to keep up with your work, you have to keep up with your homeschool, and you have to keep up with yourself too. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've learned over this past year that has just really helped me be able to manage everything. The first thing is keeping up with the house. The first thing that I found that has been the best thing for my household is to minimize. I have gotten rid of so much stuff that we didn't need. We had so many clothes that we didn't wear, and I just went through everything and I minimized this down to just 15 outfits each, for each season, because that's more than enough. We tend to wear the same thing every day anyway. We just like an outfit, and that's what we wear, and it's easy, and we know we like it, and we don't have to try and piece things together. So we minimize, clothes. We've minimized our dishes, closets, toys. If you have too many toys, they all end up in the middle of the room, and it's just a pain to clean everything. So the less stuff you have, the less of a mess it's going to make. It's also like if you have knickknacks lying around everywhere when you go to clean and dust your house, you have to move everything. It's just so much faster. If your countertops are clean, you can just wipe it down really fast. The next thing is don't expect perfect. I do not want my house to be perfectly clean all the time. We live in our house. It's okay if there is a little bit of a mess. I don't want it to be nasty, dirty, but, it's okay if the laundry doesn't get put up, ever, because I don't like putting up laundry. We live out of our laundry basket. And that's okay. That's just one of those things that I have let go. Be efficient and clean up as you go. And teach the kids the same thing. I don't really have a day where I have to go through the house and clean the house, because we pick things up as we go. So I'll go through the house, usually Saturday morning is my time when we just kind of go and I tidy up the bathroom, I tidy up the floors, I sweep them off the floors on Saturday mornings. But, we really don't make a mess, because if we make a mess on the kitchen counter, we wipe it up immediately. So there's not a ton of cleaning that we have to do. It's, it takes me, a couple hours a week to clean. The next thing is how to keep up with your homeschool. This has been the biggest learning curve for me, just because we're brand new at homeschooling. So I started out thinking that we needed to spend multiple hours a day to homeschool in order to fit everything in. And that is not true at all. Especially, we've kind of gravitated towards a year-round homeschooling. So because we're doing year-round, we're able to only do a couple hours every day of school, but still get everything in that we needed to. We actually finished up our curriculum. We started in July and we finished up in January. That's super early. It's April now and we've already started our next school year, just because homeschooling is so efficient that you don't need to spend hours at a time. And we were doing that at the beginning of the year, so we've cut back a lot on that. Combining your subjects. We combine history and English, so we don't have to do, English and then we have history we have to do. We combine them, and then we combine like science, or we do a lot of our science as field trips. So if you can combine subjects, it really cuts down on the things that you need to teach. Audiobooks. Whenever we are in the car, we are listening to audiobooks for our literature, and I still like to read aloud to the kids, but I don't feel like they're missing out on read aloud time because I'm tired at the end of the night and I don't always feel like reading aloud. But we get in usually one like good quality literature chapter book a week just from listening to stuff in the car. Encourage independent work. Even last year, my youngest daughter was in second grade, and a lot of her stuff she was able to do independently. She was, learning to read well. She could read some on her own, but not perfectly. So I had to help her understand some things. But my fourth grader did almost everything independently. We did a lot of family read-alouds and stuff, but all of her like sit-down work she was able to do independently. So definitely encourage independence from a very early age. So you don't have to be sitting right there with them doing all their work with them. Okay, the next thing is keeping up with your work. Now, I'm a single parent, so I have to work. I have to provide financially for my family, or we don't have anything. So, but the amount of time that I work is kind of really flexible. So I've lowered a lot of our bills. So we have not a lot of bills because my time is more important to me than money beyond what we need to survive. So we don't have cable, we don't have an expensive phone plan, we don't go out to eat very often. Just saving money where you can, and everything you buy in the beginning when you're trying to figure out a good budget, you have to ask yourself, is this worth my time? And a lot of times the things you buy are not worth your time. I would rather be home with my kids. So I cut my hours back at work, so I'm not working as much. And I'm also putting a little bit of extra energy in the business that I do at home. So eventually I can be at home all the time with my kids. And then also you can do homeschool around your work schedule. So like I work from approximately 9:30 to 3. So we wake up, naturally we're early risers, so we do a lot of work in the morning. So we get up between 6:30 and 7 and do a good hour and a half of school in the morning. And then my kids are able to do some independent work, and then we listen to audiobooks while we're driving around. And then we might read another book or do something in the evening. But usually I'm too tired to do that, actually. And then you also are going to want to keep up with your personal life. Make sure that you have time to yourself. For me, I really enjoy reading, and I like to wake up, like 20 minutes before the kids wake up, just sitting down, reading, and drinking some coffee. Or, they go to bed pretty early so that I can have some time in the evening to myself, which I usually spend reading also. But, you definitely can homeschool no matter what your schedule is. It just takes a lot of creativity with your schedule. Before I decided to homeschool, I thought about it for about a year before I finally thought that I could actually do it. And what I did in that year period was I wrote down a base schedule. How did I think I could fit everything in? And did I think that it was possible for me realistically to not like overstress myself with all this stuff that I had to do? And it took me a year to feel confident enough to pull them out of school. And I did, and it was a great thing that we did, because really our schedule is ours again, and I'm not tied down to the school schedule. If you're thinking about homeschooling and you work, or you're single, or you're going to school, or all of the above, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I know you can do it. If you have any questions, just let me know. And if you have any specific questions about, my schedule, how I schedule my day and my time, just let me know. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a bunch more videos on how I am financially able to homeschool, how I am financially able to be a single parent, a working parent. We're also going to be building a tiny house and moving into that to help with finances. It'll be a completely debt-free home. So if you're interested in following us on our journey, just subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.